In today's video, I'll be going over my strong inclination that some major PlayStation Store sales are gonna be kicking off very soon. I'll be going over how I came to this conclusion and how history plays into it. I know some of you guys have been disappointed by like the Game Awards sale, even though that sale was pretty good. We haven't seen a ton of games on sale as a part of this holiday time period, but that might be changing as soon as this Tuesday. Also, Nicalis has announced 3 new PlayStation 4 games coming in 2019, so I want to go over all of those titles. Also, a brand new game is being teased by the guys that brought you Trails as well as Yeez, 2 awesome series of JRPGs. They're teasing a brand new project and I want to go over that. Also, we talked about Monster Hunter World possibly getting some major news very soon yesterday, and now we have a date for a special stream, and that's going to announce all of the latest news for the game, so I imagine that's where we're going to get that major announcement that's going to make fans very happy. Also, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is a game that some people wanted to see at the Game Awards. We didn't see it, however, Ubisoft has detailed when we're going to see more of Beyond Good and Evil 2, and it's going to be rather soon. And then lastly, the first screenshots for Mortal Kombat 11 have arrived, so I want to take a quick look at that at the end of this video. First of all, so why do I think some major PlayStation Store sales might be kicking off very soon? Well, if you look back at 2015, 2016, as well as 2017, so for the last 3 years, the PlayStation Store has ran the same style of sale every year for the holiday period, and it is of course dubbed the holiday sale. Now, in 2015, the holiday sale kicked off on December 7th. In 2016, it kicked off on December 6th, so you might be thinking, hey, we should have seen this sale already, but last year the sale kicked off on December 12th. I think we're really coming to that crunch period where they gotta start running these sales very quickly, because how the PlayStation Store runs their holiday sale is they alternated week by week. So last year they did 5 weeks of savings where there were new deals every week, and a lot of the deals were great from the get-go, but you had a lot of variety every week, and they ran 5 weeks of different sales. So week 1 was from December 12th to the 19th, week 2 was from the 19th to the 26th, and so on and so forth. 2015 and 2016, they actually did 4 weeks of sales, but it was the same style where the sales would alternate every week, different games going on sale every week. So I would imagine that either this major holiday sale most likely would kick off this coming Tuesday or the Tuesday after that. I feel like you have to start it this Tuesday because you really need to get the ball rolling as we get closer and closer to Christmas time. Again, if you look back last year and compare the time frames, the holiday sale would have kicked off this coming Tuesday. This Tuesday, I believe, is December 11th, so have your wallets ready if you're interested in picking up some new games, because we might be seeing some major PlayStation Store sales come this Tuesday. Again, this is speculation on my part, but the timing does line up, so we'll keep you guys posted. Moving on from that, the guys over at Nicalis have announced 3 new PlayStation 4 games coming in 2019. Now, Nicalis is a developer and publisher that focuses on very small projects. They put out Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap, The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, and Redout. They've also put out a bunch of other games, but they've also announced some new games coming to the PlayStation 4 in 2019. Specifically, The End Is Nigh, a 2D platformer coming from the creator of Super Meat Boy and The Binding of Isaac. We also have Done Greed, a procedurally generated dungeon crawler, and lastly, Crystal Crisis, which is some sort of puzzle fighter. That game actually got an official release date for April 23rd. The other 2, we don't have any official release dates outside of the fact that they are coming sometime in 2019, but good to see the PlayStation 4's indie portfolio growing. I don't think these are games that people are gonna jump out of their seat to buy on day one, but always games that I like to add to my wish list, and maybe there'll be plus titles down the line. Maybe they'll see deep discounts, but a time will usually come when the games are worth the price that they're asking. Speaking of new PlayStation 4 games, this one is being teased by a pretty major developer in Falcom, and it is Project Nox. Now, Falcom are the guys that brought you the Trails series as well as Yeez, 2 fantastic Japanese RPG franchises. The game again is dubbed Project Nox, and there's a teaser website up right now, and the page has the text, quote, "I had a dream, found out the truth in a prison called Cradle." And you have a girl holding an orb, and it looks like it has some plants growing out of it. Very interesting. And for a long time, I probably wouldn't have given a game like this a mention, but given that the Trails franchise is coming over to the West, given the fact that Teased is also gaining a large popularity over in the West, Falcom seems to be one of the more notable studios. I mean, they're not as big as the biggest studios in the world, don't get me wrong, but they are definitely developing a following over here stateside. And do remember that Trails of the Cold Steel 1 and 2 will be arriving to the PlayStation 4 in early 2019. That franchise is a 4-part franchise, so yes, we're getting games 1 and 2 early 2019, but there are games 3 and 4, and those games haven't come stateside yet, not even on PC, where the first 2 games are already released. But I played Trails of the Cold Steel, and those are some of the most fleshed out JRPGs that you're ever gonna come across. From a story standpoint, very few games come even close to the depth that the Trails of Cold Steel games have. And the Legend of Heroes franchise in general, there is just a lot of depth to those games, and Falcom, a very talented studio, and a studio that I hope gains more and more popularity over here in the West because they've put out some fantastic games. Falcom is probably working on Project Nox right now. Do note that Falcom just put out Trails of Cold Steel 4 in Japan. I imagine Project Nox will be released in Japan sometime in 2019, but first, we will have to see the localizations of Trails of Cold Steel 3 and 4 before we see this game, but still a game that I'm going to follow. Moving on from that, yesterday we spoke on Monster Hunter World getting some major news that was going to make gamers very happy, and now we have an indication on when that news is going to come. Capcom actually just announced a special broadcast that'll be streamed live on Twitch and YouTube December 10th, 11 p.m. Japan time, 6 a.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern, and 2 p.m. GMT. The stream is going to be around 15 minutes long, and I imagine we're going to get some major news because, again, it was said during the Game Awards, there's some news coming about Monster Hunter World that is going to make gamers very happy, whether it be a new major update, maybe a paid expansion, I don't know, that's just something I've been throwing out. If it's big enough, maybe it'll warrant some sort of financial investment as well, but again, we will find out that news Monday, December 10th. Moving on from that, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is a game that we've been waiting for a very long time, going back to the release of the original Beyond Good and Evil. That game unfortunately didn't do all too well commercially, but critically it was received very well, and Beyond Good and Evil 2 is happening, and gameplay is coming next week. The Monster Hunter stream is happening on December 10th, but also is a new Beyond Good and Evil 2 stream. Specifically announced from Ubisoft, quote, "As promised, we will be back with another Space Monkey Report live stream on December 10th at 6 p.m. CET, 12 p.m. EST. We will be live on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. We're excited to reveal some pre-alpha gameplay, so make sure you tune in for this report. You won't want to miss it." To me, it's a little bit disappointing that this game is still in pre-alpha. I imagine it's not going to be released in 2019, and if a game isn't being released in 2019, at that point, you really have to start wondering, is this going to be a PlayStation 4 game, or is it going to be a PlayStation 5 game? Is it going to be a cross-gen game? I think with Beyond Good and Evil 2, we're getting to that point that maybe this is a title that'll appear on the PS5. Just again, more speculation on my part, but who cares? Beyond Good and Evil 1 was such a great game. Beyond Good and Evil 2, what we've seen thus far has looked rather promising. Hopefully we get a sizable amount of new gameplay come this Monday.
And it is part of things we will explain or discover is what happened to the pirates.
Being evasive is one of the things pirates do best, but the team knows that when you're playing with friends, you won't want to lose track of them so easily.
In Beyond Good and Evil 2, we have huge spaces, so we have a big speed, and it's really hard in multiplayer to follow each other at those speed. So you really quickly you will lose your friends, and that's why you have the Armada, because in the Armada you can lock behind your friend.
The design of the game is pretty advanced now. We know.
And lastly, Mortal Kombat 11 was one of the most exciting announcements coming out of the Game Awards. It seems like this game, along with The Outer Worlds, were the two games that really stood out to gamers. And Mortal Kombat 11 has also got some slick screenshots showing off some very stylish and gruesome gameplay. It looks to be more of the Mortal Kombat we know and love. And of course, with this Mortal Kombat game, we do know that there's going to be more character customization with the character variation system. So that is very exciting, and Mortal Kombat 11 will be released on April 23rd. We'll leave a link where you can check out the screenshots for yourself. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, I don't want to get you guys too excited about the possibility of a new PlayStation Store sale this Tuesday, but given recent years, I think the holiday sale is prepping to be kicking off very soon. Nicalis has announced 3 brand new games coming to the PS4 in 2019. Again, The End is Nigh, Dun Greed, and Crystal Crisis. Those will all be coming in 2019. Project Nox is being teased by Falcom. Monster Hunter World and Beyond Good and Evil 2 are getting some major streams this Monday. We'll keep you guys updated with the news that comes out of that, and Mortal Kombat 11 has gotten some slick screenshots. We'll leave a link to where you can see all of those in the description box below. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.